Okay, I had a couple questions about number 7 and 8, so I'm not sure where you guys are at with this, but let me just take a look at question number 7 and 3.3. So use integers to estimate each difference. Don't find the difference on your calculator and then round your answer to an integer. What it says is use integers to estimate. So what you're doing is you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, what integer is 10.8 close to? Remember, integers are whole numbers, positive or negative whole numbers. So this would maybe closest to 11. And this one, 3.5, it's right in between, but we kind of went up with this one, so let's go up with this one. So 3.5, let's round that to 4. And so 11 minus 4 was approximately 7. Okay, so that's your estimate. And if you actually took a look at this, this would be 7.3 is the actual answer, right? So this is your estimate, and this is the actual answer. So that's pretty close. Over here, same thing. So this would be about negative 37. That's the closest integer. Minus, well, we went down here. So we could go down here too, but 54, that's pretty close to 49. So you might say, let's just round it to the nearest whole integer there. And so negative 37 minus 49, that's in the negative territory, right? So it's just like adding 37 and 49 and then putting a negative in front of it. So that's going to be 30 and 40 is 70, 79 is 16, so that's minus negative 86. So that's your approximate answer there. Okay. Any questions about 7? All right. So it does say determine the actual difference as well. So what was this? Negative 85.77. That's the actual answer as well. So I'll take a look at 8. Here's a word problem as well that you might want to take a look at. So on January 25th, 2008, the lowest temperature at Iqaluit, Nunavut, was negative 28.5 degrees Celsius. So if we take a look at this on a thermometer, here's negative 28.5. And on the same day, the lowest temperature in Inuvik, Northwest Territories, was negative 33.1 degrees Celsius. What is the difference between these two temperatures? So literally, we're looking for the actual physical number of degrees between these two temperatures. So it's only going to be, if we look at our estimations, it's only going to be 4 or 5 degrees, right? Because we got negative 28 to negative 33. So it's only going to be 4 or 5 degrees. How do we actually find that exact answer? Well, as I said before, earlier, when you find the difference between two numbers, good idea to take the largest number minus the smaller number. Okay. And if we do that, we have negative 28.5. This turns into be a plus, right? That's a plus 33.1. So we can find the difference between those two values then. What's that? 4.6? Yeah. So we have, is it positive or negative? Well, this says positive 4.6 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's the difference. Now, B says, what are the two possible answers? What are the two possible answers? So if you think about a difference between two numbers, if you take the smaller one minus the larger one, you would actually get the same value, but that value would be negative, or negative 4.6. So what are the two possible answers? Well, technically, if you're just finding difference, you could say the two possible answers would be positive 4.6 or negative 4.6. If you take the smaller one, subtract the larger one. Now, the positive and negative aspects of these differences would probably indicate sort of the change in temperature. So is it getting colder or is it getting warmer? For example, if you were to travel from Iqaluit to Inuvik, then you would be experiencing a negative 4.6 degree Celsius change, right? So that negative would make sense in that it's getting colder if you're going to this temperature. But if you're in Inuvik and you're going to Iqaluit, then actually it's going to get 4.6 degrees warmer. So the two possible answers could be the positive or negative, I guess, versions, depending on which, if you move from one to the other, you would experience either a warming or a cooling of the situation there. So, and there looks like a picture of one of the two places, perhaps. Making some igloos, looks like. Cutting some snow out, some thick snow, cutting some snow, building something there. There you go. All right, any questions about 8? No, you guys are working. All right, good job.